Hey lovelies, welcome back to Cookie Jar Unleashed. I am your host Cookie. Happy Friday. Congratulations on making it through another wonderful week. Go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back. On today's episode, we'll be talking about new releases, upcoming books, and available now. We'll also be doing a segment on what irks the readers, and also talking a little bit about book marketing. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Books. There are so many books on my list today, so hopefully you have your notebook and pen ready. First up, we have Rebirth by Jay Truesdell and Michelle Savage. That is a paranormal romance. It is available now for $2.99. We also have Texas Heart, Blue Crescent Books Anthology. That is a gay cowboy romance. The paperback is out now. However, the ebook releases June 25th. That's in 2 days. And that ebook is $4.99. Next up, we have Witch by Ed Rollins. That is a contemporary fantasy. It is available now for $3.99. I actually read book 1 of that, which is The Witch's Debt, and that was really, really good. Next, we have Cuffs and Cuddles, a charity romance anthology. That's available for pre-order for $3.99, and it releases September 1st of this year. Getting Witchy with It 2023 Anthology, Book 9. That one is a multi-genre book. Pre-order is available now, releases July 22nd, and it is only $3.99. We also have Something More by Greer Riley. That is a contemporary romance. Pre-order is available now. It releases October 15th, and that is $2.99. Dragon Craved by Scarlett West is a paranormal romance. It is available now for only 99 cents. The Alpha and His Witch by Jay Truesdell. That is a paranormal romance, and that'll be available August 23rd. Ebook is $2.99. The Soul Healer by B. Groves is an urban fantasy that is out now for $2.99. Fight Like a Girl Cancer Charity Anthology has multiple authors. It is a small town rom-com. It's available for pre-order and will release October 17th. It is available for $4.99. Unexpected Tides by Crystal St. Clair is a small town rom-com. It's a summer read, standalone in a multi-author series, and that is $3.99. Also available for pre-order is Dangerous Affairs by Jay Truesdell and myself, S.E. Isaac. It is a mafia romance, and that will release July 31st, and it is $1.99 during pre-order. And there you have it, books. Alright, let's dive right in. For this next segment, What Irks the Reader, I took to social media to get some answers. I was curious to know what listeners wanted to hear on my podcast. I had 2 readers comment, and they both had the same complaint, which was they cannot stand whiny, clingy, dingy female characters. They didn't understand why authors would actually have the audacity to create such a character. You know, where the female is pestering the male lead constantly, hey, look at me, I love you, blah, 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 and the guy is like, basically kick rocks, and the woman doesn't take no for an answer, because if the roles were reversed, the guy would be considered a perverted stalker, which I totally understand. So, what are your thoughts on that? Do you like when the female is clingy, whiny? Like I said, there was 2 readers. So reader 2 had said how she cannot stand a whiny female character, especially when they save the day and still whine. I have to admit, I absolutely, I hate that. That is very repulsive. I cannot stand a weak character. I prefer the books I read and the books I write are a strong character. I mean, she doesn't have to be like Xena or Athena or anything like that, but she definitely needs to have some backbone and stand up for herself. So, like I said, what are your thoughts? Do you like when a female shows that she's just super weak and can barely chew gum and walk at the same time? I don't know, I'm always curious to get inside you guys' minds. What are your thoughts? Because I don't know, I can't do it. Absolutely cannot, will not. I will stop reading a book. Unless I'm beta reading for one of my friends and they absolutely need me to give them feedback. And even then I tell them your female's too weak. But yeah, I can't do it. So for leisurely reading, once that female is obnoxiously whiny or clingy or a total airhead, nope. The book is no longer being read, and that's that. Another thing that was brought up was age gap. The reader didn't understand why authors write to where the woman is 10 years younger than the man. As an author, I know that this trope is huge. Age gap is such a huge trope right now in the romance community. So I understand why authors are doing it, because a lot of times I'll talk to my friends who are also authors and they're like, I cannot stand doing age gap. And I'm like, well, why do you write it? And they're like, because that's what sells. So yeah, marketing wise, I can understand why authors are doing it, but like I said, apparently there's so many readers out there that like it, you know? So I mean, are you one of those readers? If so, why? If not, why? You know, like I said, I'm always wanting to know you guys' opinions, and you can always comment on my podcast. You can find me on social media, like anywhere, and you can comment there and tell me, or private message me. Like, I really want to know, what are your guys' thoughts? So, do you like the whiny females? Do you like the younger woman with the older guy? You know, like, what do you like? And of course, what irks you? Because I want to know. Alright, on my last book podcast, Spilling the Tea, I did a segment where I talked about what it was like to be an indie author. I went over, you know, making covers and editing and marketing and so on and so forth or whatever. And I had a friend who, because I had asked her, I was like, what would you like to hear on my podcast? She was like, I'd really like to hear more on the marketing, you know, so here we go. Marketing as an indie author, I feel, is probably one of the toughest parts of being an author. I know, people might argue, they'll probably say editing is, but to me, marketing is, because even if you get your book written, what do you do next? You know, like when I first published my first book, which was Country Fever, I had no clue how to market it. I just thought, oh, I wrote a book, you know, it'll sell itself. No. I could not have been more naive. There's so much more to marketing. When it comes to marketing, you have to make big decisions. You know, do you want to hire a PR company to help market your book? You know, can you afford that? Personally, like, starting off, no way, Jose. Like, that's way too much money, you know. I mean, there are some companies out there that are more affordable. However, you really need to do your research. You know, well, even for the more expensive ones, you still need to do your research, you know. Is this a good company? Do they really have your book and yourself in your best interest? You know, or are they just out looking for a buck? Because I've also seen a lot of authors get scammed, and it's been heartbreaking watching them lose hundreds of dollars. I mean, just hundreds of dollars down the drain, you know, because research wasn't done and the company ended up being a scammer. Alright, so say you don't go with a company. What other options are there? Well, you can hire a personal assistant. There are so many personal assistants available online, but again, you need to do your research. I personally have hired PAs, and I've been very disappointed. They barely promoted, they barely communicated with me, but again, this comes down to doing your research. Oh, I cannot stress this enough. Research. For every part of this journey, I guess we can call it, you need to do your research. So, say you hire a personal assistant. What is this personal assistant supposed to do? Okay, well, an ideal personal assistant is going to communicate with you and find out, okay, what do you want me to do? So you're going to tell them, I have this book coming out, or I have this book already out. I want to get it out there to the young adult readers, or the readers that prefer age gap, or the military romance fans. Okay, so now what? What is that personal assistant going to do? Again, in the ideal world, they're going to take all your information. They're going to have teasers or graphics that have your book cover on it and maybe a catchy tagline. They're then going to take that graphic and they're going to post it on your behalf. They're going to post it on your social medias. They're going to post it into reader groups. They're going to blast it everywhere for everyone to see. Again, this is in the ideal world. But what else does a PA do? The PA is going to make sure that your book is getting interacted with, or your post rather. They're going to make sure that your post is getting interacted with, because sure, you can post all day long, but if no one's hitting like, or no one's commenting, or no one's clicking on the link, then it's pretty much pointless. So if your PA can tag a few people or share it onto their own page or onto their friend's page, you know, that'll help get more people engaged into that post. Another thing that will really help is having your PA help keep your page active by posting funny memes or posting how's your day memes or something along that line. That way it shows that your page is active, that you're wanting to engage with your readers, your followers. I know for a long time that's something that I hadn't even considered, so hopefully that helps. So once that's all said and done, and they can really truly get someone engaged on your page, then you're all set. That is what a PA is supposed to do. Again, do your research. So, you don't want to hire a company. You don't want to hire a person. You want to do it all yourself. For whatever reason, you prefer to do it yourself. You're going to do everything I just listed that personal assistant should be doing. The only difference is that now you have that extra stuff on your plate to do. I personally do this. I don't have a company. I don't have a personal assistant. I market myself. It is a lot of work. You have to hustle and bustle. You really have to throw yourself out there. And I've talked to a lot of authors, and this is the thing that they struggle with when they make the decision to promote themselves. They feel like they're being conceited. They feel like they are overwhelming the internet. They feel like they are boring people. And you have to throw that mindset away. Absolutely take that mindset and just throw it in the trash. Because this is your business. This is going to be your bread and butter, If you don't put your books out there, readers will never find you. I know it's hard because I struggled with this myself, feeling like I'm being conceited by marketing myself. But again, these books are our babies, When you have pictures of your children on your phone, don't you show your friends, your family, or whoever else will look, like you're in the waiting room at the doctor's office and you're like, oh, I have a kid, here, look, type thing. All right, maybe not that creepy, but you get my point. You're going to show off your kids, so why aren't you showing off your books? The more people that know about you, the more sales you get, the more reads you'll get, the more readers and followers you'll have. So it's okay. It's okay to just throw yourself out there. Maybe even think of it as, okay, this is me over here, and my books and my author life is a different identity. I think if you look at it like that, then maybe it'll be an easier pill to swallow. I'm trying to think of how to get this point across because it's so important. It is okay. It is okay to market yourself and just get out there and get your books out there. And if people don't want to see your content, then they'll leave. I know it might hurt at first. Been there, done that. However, there might be 10 more people who join your page, but you'll never know if you don't market the book and you don't market yourself. You'll never know if you don't take that first step. So maybe promoting yourself 3 times 1 week, on your personal page or your author page. If you want the 2 separate, well then maybe the following week you post memes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and your books are, the other days. Slowly building up to where people see more and more of you. Because someone had told me that it takes 3 times for someone to see something before they want to buy it. So just keep that in mind. The more they see you, the more their curiosity is piqued, the more they're going to want to buy it. So again, just take a deep breath, remind yourself how awesome you are, and just take that first step. You got this. Alright, lovelies, my time has come to an end. However, as always, I do want to thank you for listening. Your love and support means the world to me. I'm hoping in the near future to have author interviews. I plan on having more behind the scenes in the author world, and anything else you guys want to suggest to me. So be sure to follow this podcast. Until next time, hugs and kisses.